Yo, what's up there guys, Snoopston here. Today I'm going to talk about Titanfall. Is it a beast game or is it shit? Well, to be honest, it's not the revolutionary game everyone thought it would be. Don't know why people find that quite as surprising as they do. I think people expected a bit too much out of the game, which isn't surprising really because there's a lot of dumb fucks about. Obviously people who watch my videos are not dumb in the slightest, and don't get me wrong, I'm not slagging Titanfall. I'm just giving my honest opinion about the game and, yeah, doing what everybody else has done, which is put out an initial thoughts video about Titanfall. Except mine's different because my voice is more annoying than other people's. So anyway, Titanfall. Good game. Lots of shooties, lots of big roboties, lots of jumping around like a lunatic. And yeah, I've tried all the different strategies out in the game. Personally, the only strategy that actually works to any kind of, finesse is just running around like a loony bin and shooting everything in sight, because you can't really camp in this game. You can, but it's pointless. You may as well just run around bouncing off the walls like a crackhead, fucking method, crazy fool, shooting everything you can with an SMG. Because the SMGs, yeah, I didn't mention that, the SMGs in this are kind of broken, is what I'm going to say. They are just ridiculous time to kill compared to the other weapons. The shotgun's also very, very strong, and the amped versions of these weapons, by the way, you get from these things called burn cards. I'll talk about those in a little while, but the amped versions of the weapons are stupidly good. Like to the point where for a new player to start playing it could be really, really, really frustrating when you're going up against these people that have done like all the prestiges and stuff, but I'll talk about that as well. So, campaign mode. Titanfall campaign mode. Everybody thought it was going to be this dynamic, crazy ass mofo campaign. Let's be honest about the campaign. Essentially what the campaign is it's either hardpoint or attrition mode from the multiplayer, with some cutscenes bookending the missions and some scripted events inside the missions themselves. Nothing that actually has any importance in the gameplay or anything like that. And also there's another kind of thing that irks me about the campaign, and that's the fact that it doesn't matter if you win or lose, because they just accomplish the goal anyway. So it devalues the entire experience. The only reason why anybody would want to play the campaign is because they've gated off the Ogre and the Strider Titan classes behind completing the IMC and the Militia campaigns respectively, which, to be honest, is a bit of a piss take. And maybe in like a year's time when less people are playing the game, it's going to be difficult for new players to unlock those, because this is what happened for me. Once I was finished with campaign mode, that was it. I never played it again. I just play straight up attrition because, that's the interesting mode in this game. Now, attrition is essentially like sort of like League of Legends with bots and stuff like that. Not bots, like minions. Basically, use them to farm to get your Titan quicker. Well, I tend not to jump into my Titan these days and just run around with SMG, blammoing people in the face, because that's the most viable thing that I've found personally in the game so far. So the campaign's a bit of a disappointment. Now, you've got 5 modes, 3 of which are in the beta, and then you've got Capture the Flag and another one which I can't remember off the top of my head. The name of it escapes my brain. But their traditional modes are all here, although I would have thought there'd have been more modes. I think there could have been potential for a lot more modes, a lot cooler modes to try out, but it is it's EA published. Not going to say any more on that. So yeah, you've got your modes. They're pretty good. They're alright. They're standard. There's kind of a lack of variety, but attrition is the way to go. Now in attrition you get points for killing players, you get points for killing the robots, the Titans, you get points for killing the minions. So in a way it kind of offers an alternate playstyle where you can sort of run around and smash the little creeps and everything, get your points up, and then get your Titan in quicker, which is cool. I like that. I think attrition mode is definitely one of the best things they could have added to the game. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with attrition. So, campaigns are let down, the modes are fairly standard, but what about the gameplay? What about the gunplay? What about the movement? Well, gunplay is Call of Duty through and through, and the movement is by far the best parkour system I've seen in a first-person shooter ever. Think Brink, but a system that actually works on a game that is actually popular. So yeah, that's the sort of the level of parkour I'm talking about. I mean, it changes the playing field completely. If someone comes up from behind you, starts shooting you in the back, you can quickly like hop off a wall. It totally fucks people up. Totally fucks people up. Then there's another thing I want to talk about, which is the prestige mode. Basically, like any Call of Duty game, since this is technically the old school Infinity Ward guys who made this game went over to Respawn. There's a prestige mode in there, and you get an XP boost when you prestige. And to be honest, you level up so fast anyway. You may as well do it. You get a little sort of icon next to your name, which is, who cares about that? But I suppose you can do it if you want to appear prestigious. But I'm having a blast with the game. I'm enjoying the game. It's fun. The gunplay and the combat and the gameplay is what keeps me interested. Coming from PlanetSide 2 and other sort of more slower paced shooters, this game is worlds apart from them. I mean, literally, I run around like a fucking crazy motherfucker, just smashing people left, right and centre, just having fun, and I think that's kind of cool. It feels casual, which is what I like. The gameplay feels Call of Duty, which I don't necessarily like, and it's published by EA. But we won't talk about that. After the travesty that was Battlefield 4, we're not going to go into the further. It's published by EA. Anyway, guys, they're my thoughts on Titanfall. Great game, not the revolutionary game everyone thought it was going to be, but a great game nonetheless. And yeah, good job, Respawn. Good job. Snoopston, signing off.